Hi everyone, my name is Nicola Carmlinas and I have partnered with Dean Konidaris from 316 Creative to launch this new YouTube channel. And this channel was really launched because Dean and I spoke a little while ago and we thought that the only constant we're all currently dealing with in the world that we're living in is change. So we created this YouTube platform which is called Let's Talk About Change, to do exactly that. To get in contact with people from all over the world, to hear their stories, to understand their experiences, to understand their feelings, their happy moments, their sad moments, and to talk about that massive constant, which is change. Welcome to our channel. Bonita, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, and you?
I'm very well, thanks. It's so great to see you. So everyone else on the channel don't know you as well as I do. So please tell them who you are and where you live.
Cool. So I am Bonita Greeff. I am a South African living in Switzerland currently with my husband. We live in a small Swiss town called Zug. It's a German-speaking part of Switzerland, and it's about 30 kilometers away from Zurich. So nobody knows where Zug is, but most people know Zurich, so it's close to Zurich.
Okay, awesome. And so how's the lockdown treating you? And how long have you been in lockdown in Switzerland, and specifically where you're staying? What are the rules and how are you feeling about it? People are really struggling this side. And so we're all very interested to hear how you're doing.
Okay, so I can say generally, I think things here are okay, and a tad better than in South Africa. We started lockdown around the 16th of March, so it's been 6 weeks already. It's been quite a long time. So some parts of Switzerland have been much more heavily impacted. So some parts like Geneva and Ticino was really hard hit. And then the part where I live, for example, Zug, the infections have been much more moderate. But the rules and the laws across the country has been the same. So lockdown here really refers to all non-essential businesses being closed, only pharmacies and supermarkets being open. Your advice is stay at home. If you do go out, you have to stay 2 meters apart. So I think that's pretty standard everywhere. I think one really nice thing here is that we are allowed to go outside, which and I know in South Africa you're not. And in a place like Zug, that's really been a blessing. We are close to the lake and we have access to the mountains. So from an individual perspective, there's actually been quite a bit of flexibility in lockdown. It hasn't felt like we're really stuck at home because you can go out, and we do go out every day. I think from an economic and a business perspective, that's obviously been a much more negative experience. But from a personal perspective, it's actually been very manageable in terms of the rules.
Okay. And so a lot of people here are getting quite emotional and stressed, and they're worried about their family and friends, especially some of the older generation. And they're talking about things like this is similar to the Great Depression. How are you feeling, and how are you keeping your spirits uplifted? And what would be an uplifting message that you want to share with everyone that watches this?
So today I'm feeling very positive because Switzerland's numbers are looking really good. We're now, I think, at 200 new infections every day, whereas 3 weeks ago it was about 1,000 new infections every day. And wow. Today actually marks the first day of our unlocking plans. So some of the non-essential businesses are allowed to start opening today. So I mean, it's a small part of the economy. So hardware stores and hairdressers and things like that is allowed to open. Although it's a really small start, it really does give a sense of positivity, and things are starting to return a little bit back to normal. So that's really good. So today I'm feeling really positive. Over the 6 weeks, naturally, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. I think I just moved to Switzerland in January this year, which is only 4 months ago. So I was here about 2 months when everything started going downhill. And it's been a very interesting experience trying to kind of settle into a new country, into a new life. I'm looking for product management, like employment opportunities, and all of that comes with a lot of stress, the uncertainty of not knowing what life is going to look like, and especially in a new place where you don't really know where you fit in yet. So I think from that perspective, and then also, like you mentioned, the family aspect of things. I'm in a different country. I was meant to see some of my family over the last couple of months. We don't know when air travel is going to open again. So from that perspective, I'm really I do get very down and stressed about what that's going to look like. But in terms of coping with that, I think like many people now have had a lot of time, I've had a lot of time to really reflect on, what is important to me and what do I want to be spending my time on. And for me, that's meant like a lot more investment into my faith, which has been crucial in terms of getting me through every day and keeping me positive and motivated. And then also really relying on my relationships and leaning on my friends and family a lot. So I've just really kind of recognized again how important those authentic and loving relationships are, and how important it is that we invest in them. So leaning on my friends and family, and also making sure that I'm there for them. I think those are probably the key things on how I've kind of dealt on a day-to-day basis. But I think, it's been important to just take it one step at a time and focus on the things that are in our control. And for me, then just having faith in the things that aren't in my control, that will fall into place. So an uplifting message. I think all of us is experiencing this pandemic at varying levels of difficulties, and the rules and the regulations we have to adhere to, and our personal circumstances are so different. But I think that generally we all have something to be grateful for. And I think it's really important to identify what those things are for you, and then actively being grateful for them. I think for me, I've literally kind of listed some of those things when things are feeling tough or bad, and that's really helped me to kind of focus on those things and just get through the day or the hour or whatever it is that you're dealing with. So I would recommend for people to kind of proactively think about what they have to be grateful for.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Bonita. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful to be able to talk to you, even though you're so far away. And I'm very jealous of all the photos of you hiking at the mountains and the lakes. So enjoy that, and keep up your good spirits. Thank
you. Thank you for involving me in your project, connecting people from around the world, sharing experiences.